Hello and welcome to another episode of today's GK. Let's move on with the practice question. With reference to the India Post Payment Bank, consider the following statements. It is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Department of Post with 100% Government of India equity. Its vision is to build the most accessible, affordable and trusted bank for the common man. It is governed by the RBI. Here we have to select the correct statement. All three are correct. D is the correct answer. IPPB has enabled more than 1.36 lakh post offices to provide banking services. It is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Department of Post with 100% Government of India equity. Its vision is building the most accessible, affordable and trusted bank for the common man. It spearheads financial inclusion agenda for the underbanked populace. It is governed by the RBI. Consider the following statements regarding the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. It is a type of free trade pact that covers trade negotiations and services, investment and IPR. India has signed CEPAs with Malaysia and UAE. A CEPA is not as much comprehensive as an FTA. We have to see the correct statement. Only the first is correct. A is the correct answer. Recently, the Commerce and Industry Minister unveiled the CEPA between India and UAE. It is a kind of a free trade pact that covers negotiation on the trade and services and investment and other areas of economic partnership. It may even consider negotiation in areas such as trade facilitation and customs, cooperation, competition and IPR. Partnership agreement or cooperation agreements are more comprehensive than free trade agreements. India and Malaysia have a comprehensive economic cooperation agreement but not CEPA. Consider the following statements about India and Maldives. Operation Cactus was the assistance of the Indian Armed Forces to neutralize the coup attempt in the Maldives. Garud Shakti is the joint military exercise of India and Maldives. We have to select the correct statement or statements. Only the first is correct. A is the correct answer. Recently, the National College of Policing and Law Enforcement was inaugurated in Maldives that was established under the Indian Grant Assistance. India has always rushed emergency assistance to the Maldives whenever sought. In 1988, when armed mercenaries attempted to have a coup against President Maumoon Abdul Gayoom, India sent paratroopers and navy vessels and restored the legitimate leadership under Operation Cactus. India and Maldives conduct the joint military exercise ECOWARIN. Consider the following statements. The Indian Constitution doesn't recognize religious minorities. Article 29 of the Constitution provides the right to conserve distinct language, script or culture to minorities only. We have to select the correct statement or statements. Both are incorrect. D is the correct answer. In an affidavit filed in the top court, the Union Ministry of Minority Affairs said, state governments can also declare a religious or linguistic community as a minority community within the state. The term minority is not defined in the Indian Constitution. However, it recognizes religious and linguistic minorities. Article 29 provides that any section of the citizen residing in any part of India having a distinct language, script or culture of its own shall have the right to conserve the same. It grants protection to both religious as well as linguistic minorities. However, the Supreme Court held that the scope of this article is not necessarily restricted to minorities only, as the use of the word section of citizen in the article includes minorities as well as majority. Consider the following statements regarding Koyna River. It is a tributary of the Krishna River. Krishna and Koyna River's confluence is called Preeti Sangam. Koyna River flows in the east-west direction. We have to select the correct statement or statements. Only the first and second are correct. A is the correct answer. Recently, the CAG of India said delay in the grant of revised administrative approval to Koyna project in Maharashtra resulted in the funds being blocked for more than 6 years. Koyna is a tributary of Krishna. The river originates in Mahabaleshwar, Satara district and meets the Krishna River in Karad, Satara district. The rivers have a confluence by the name of Preeti Sangam, meaning the confluence of love, and unlike most of the other rivers in Maharashtra, which flow in the east-west direction, Koyna flows in the north to south direction. Consider the following statements. Kaziranga National Park is recognized as an important bird area by BirdLife International. Javan rhino has been listed as critically endangered in the IUCN Red List. greater one-horned Javan and Sumatran rhinos are found in India? We have to select the not correct statement. Option C is the correct answer. Only the third statement is not correct. The census for the one-horned rhinoceros was conducted from March 26 to 28 in Kaziranga National Park, which is located in the state of Assam. It is the single largest undisturbed and representative area in the Brahmaputra Valley floodplain. It was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985 and recognized as an important bird area by BirdLife International. The greater one-horned rhino is one among the 5 different species of rhino. The other 4 are black rhino, which is smaller of the 2 African species, white rhino. Recently, researchers have created an embryo of the northern white rhino by using IVF process. Javan rhino, which is critically endangered in the IUCN Red List. Sumatran rhino, recently gone extinct in Malaysia, and only the great one-horned rhino is found in India. Consider the following statements with respect to the National Commission for Minorities Act. Under Section 2, Clause C of the Act, there are 4 minorities. Jews are a minority under the Act. We have to select the correct statement. Both are not correct. D is the correct answer. In an affidavit filed in the Supreme Court, the Union Ministry of Minority Affairs has stated that the state government can also declare a religious or linguistic community as a minority community within the state. In the 𝐃𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐡𝐭𝐢 case, the Supreme Court had said that for the purpose of Article 30 that deals with the rights of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions, religious and linguistic minorities have to be considered state-wise. Under Section 2, Clause C of the National Commission for Minorities Act 1992, the Centre had in 1993 notified 5 communities, Muslims, Sikhs, Buddhists, Parsis and Christians as minorities, and Jains were added later, but Jews are not a part. With respect to the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, consider the following statements. All of its member states are from South Asia. It came into being in 1997 through the Bangkok Declaration. We have to select the correct statement. Only the second is correct. B is the correct answer. Recently, India's External Affairs Minister arrived in Colombo for a bilateral visit and BIMSTEC ministerial meeting. Its member states lie in the littoral and adjacent areas of Bay of Bengal, constituting a contiguous regional unity. Out of its 7 members, 5 are from South Asia, namely Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal and Sri Lanka. 2 are from Southeast Asia, Myanmar and Thailand. The sub-regional organization came into being in 1997 through the Bangkok Declaration. The Lidder Valley seen in the news is situated in which of the following state or union territory? Jammu and Kashmir is the correct answer. The 43-day Amarnath Yatra 2022 pilgrimage will commence on 30th June with all COVID protocols. Amanat Temple is a holy cave shrine located in Jammu Kashmir, India. It is located at the farther end of the Lidder Valley, which is surrounded by glaciers, snowy mountains and is covered with snow most of the time of the year, except for a short period of time in summer when it is opened to pilgrims. Consider the following statements with respect to the United Arab Emirates. It is located at the eastern end of the Arabian Peninsula. It shares its land borders with Oman and Saudi Arabia only. It is not a member of the Gulf Cooperation Council. As we have to select the not correct statement, only the third is not correct. D is the correct answer. The negotiations for the India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership has been included and the agreement is expected to enter into force on the 1st of May 2022. UAE is a federation of 7 emirates along the eastern coast of Arabian Peninsula. It is bordered by Saudi Arabia to the west and south and by Oman to the east and northeast. The UAE has the most diversified economy among the members of the Gulf Cooperation Council. With respect to the IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, we have to consider the statements. It was established in the year 1875. The first Director General of IMD Observatories was Sir John Elliot. Both are correct. C is the correct answer. There will be no respite from the unprecedented dry spell for the people in North India anytime soon, according to the IMD. India has some of the oldest meteorological observations of the world. The British East India Company established several such stations, for example, those at Calcutta in 1785 and Madras, that is now Chennai, in 1796, for studying the weather and climate of India. In the year 1875, the Government of India established the Indian Meteorological Department, bringing all meteorological work in the country under the central authority by the name of IMD. The first Director General of observatories was Sir John Elliot, who was appointed in May 1889 at Kolkata headquarters. The headquarters of IMD were shifted to Shimla after that Pune, and finally to New Delhi. It comes under the Ministry of Earth Sciences. The practice question for the next segment: Earth Hour is the initiative of which of the following organization? IUCN, UNEP, Greenpeace International, World Wildlife Fund for Nature. That's it for today. Answer it correctly. And thank you so much for watching.